So I saw this on Instagram by CHSN, the Chicago Sports Network. Would you rather have the Bears play the Packers or an NFC West team in the wild card round? And I have actually split opinions on this. Packers are easily the weaker team. They're easily the weaker team out of all the NFC West teams. I think the Bears would actually handle the Packers at home in the playoffs. And the Bears have just played phenomenal at home this year. No doubt about that. They've only lost one game at home, and that was Week 1 when they blew that game against the Vikings. But or the NFC West, an NFC West team where the way the Bears can, be a 3 seed, the Packers are locked in as the 7 seed. Let's start with that. The Packers are locked in as the 7 seed. The Bears beat the Lions, they play the Packers. If the Eagles, even if the Eagles beat the Commanders, if the Eagles beat the Commanders and the Bears lose, the Bears will get an NFC West team, and it would either be the Rams, the Seahawks, or the 49ers. And here is my opinions on the Bears-Packers. I'll start with that first. So Bears-Packers. Packers are easily the weaker team. They're easily probably the weakest playoff team in the NFL this season by far. Maybe the Panthers or the Buccaneers will probably be weaker. But right now the Packers are a very weak team. And I would much rather play the Packers in the first round because the Packers, they're severely injured. Their season is just hanging on by a thread right now. They're very lucky to even be in the spot they are in right now. No hate, but I got to dish it a little bit. But the Bears, they could very easily handle the Packers at home. Jordan Love will probably play, so it'll probably be a little bit of a difference, but I don't know. We'll see what happens there if the Bears get him. But I would much rather see the Bears play the Packers over an NFC West team at the end of the day. But here's where I get to the NFC West and how I feel about that. NFC West, so these teams are pretty much all based out in California. San Francisco 49ers, the LA Rams, and the Seattle Seahawks, who are in Washington. Here's the thing. The Bears would host a playoff game against them. They would host a home game in Chicago in the colder weather, especially in January. And what we've seen from this season is that, and this is honestly how it is for the most part with the LA teams and the West Coast teams. They struggle when they come out to the East Coast. They struggle. That's what we've seen this year. We've seen the Chargers struggle a lot. Even the Rams have struggled a little bit. They lost to the Panthers a couple weeks ago. Seattle had a game against the Panthers yesterday. So it's not a guaranteed victory for an NFC West team because the clocks, it's just all mishmashed when you're coming from the West Coast to the East Coast. So that would actually favor the Bears a little bit more, where the NFC West team may be a little bit tired and they're not still dealing with some jet lag. Anyways, those are my opinions. I would much rather have the Packers at the end of the day. But something to think about with the NFC West team is that they may not be able to handle the cold.